Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, so this is awesome. You guys know what's awesome? What do you think is awesome? Obviously, these guys, great. No, we are now in the new era of Dokkan, where, I mean, maybe things will be so unbelievably awesome, yes, or maybe it's, oh my god, it's so bad, we hate Amatsu. Regardless, we're all in it together. The game is actually just like, bam! Everything at the same time. This is what we've been waiting for a million years. We've been waiting for this. Finally. Like, before I even blew up on YouTube, I was doing Dokkan videos saying, let's just catch global up. Let's release things on the same versions at the same time, right? It's not tough. We're here, finally. So, they released the info for Tech Gogeta and Janemba super early because I guess they just decided to sync it up with the producer's letter when they decided to drop their producer's letter. So there has been some confusion about like when the Dokkan Fest announcement be, when Gogeta and Janemba are going to be, all of that good stuff. Now, if you guys are curious, I'm going to upload this video probably in a few hours from now. But Gogeta and Janemba are tonight. They should be tonight, right? It'll be later on tonight where Gogeta and Janemba are actually going to be dropped. Wait, is it? Or is it going to be tomorrow? I think it's tonight. It's tonight. Wait, is it tonight? I'm getting mixed up, dude. I wish that they wouldn't use damn PST. I think it's tonight. They like the data download is going to be tonight, and then they're going to be right after. I think maybe it is tomorrow. Oh shit, I'm getting mixed up. It should be. Damn, it matters on if these guys are going to come out at the exact same worldwide download celebration time, which is 2 a.m. my time, which would put it like the first would not be in 24 hours, but it'd be like in 48 hours. Like, not actually 48 hours, but like the 2 days time when these guys will come out. And then that will put Vegeta as 3 days away. But I assume these guys are going to drop at 2 a.m. The other thing, I guess, we're still waiting to see. So remember that the normal time for JP to release things are at 4 a.m. Now, global players, you guys see this during, like, Worldwide Download Celebration and stuff like that, when, like, they would drop, like, you know, the Broly Super Easy or the Tech Broly Easy at 4 a.m., stuff like that, right? Like, you guys do see that. So that's the 4 a.m. time when stuff would typically drop, right? But for global, it's... Well, I mean, again, I use 4 a.m. time because that's the time zone I'm in. For global, it's 2:30 a.m. is the usual release time. It's an hour and a half, like, before. So I'm assuming that they're going to move everything to that 4 a.m. time where JP releases it. I guess it's possible maybe they move JP's time to 2:30, or maybe they keep global at 2:30 and JP at 4, which would be really stupid because everything should just be at the same exact time, right? Like, top grossing should be at the same time. Everything should be at the same time. So we'll see. Now, I think we will know our answer tonight with the data download, and global is going to have maintenance. Now, going into this maintenance, again, I'm assuming that the normal global release time for events is going to become that 4 a.m. Eastern time that JP gets events. That's just when they're going to drop everything. Now, I know that time might not be favorable to a lot of people, but it is a worldwide game. There's literally not a time they could drop something that's favorable to everyone in the world, right? Like, it doesn't exist. So, we'll see. Now, these boys are obviously very good. Now, no data download or anything like that has happened. Again, that's going to be in about 15-ish hours, somewhere around there, 15, 16 hours. We're going to get the data download. I mean, I really want to get them in-game and use them quite a bit first. I think Gogeta, I mean, he does appear to be somewhere in probably the top 3 range. I think he does seem to be kind of like Beast Gohan level-ish. Not really too surprising, because Dokkan Fest LRs, a lot of these EZAs, Dokkan Fest LRs, do become like that once they EZA. Now, of course, there's especially like the anniversary headliner LRs, UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and stuff like that, how crazy those guys get. But Gogeta, definitely looking quite good, man. Quite good. Janemba too, just based off how people are talking about him. I mean, this is a character that was overhated the day he came out. And I see people talking about like, oh, he doesn't even fit the Broly team. And I just think that that's like cap. Like, there's no way that like this demon with just everything he's going to be doing is not going to be good enough to run on that Broly team. It's pretty easy to run a full team that is uncontrollable power and also movie bosses. It's very easy to do while hitting all the characters' restrictions. And you're talking about building a team that is, you know, outside of like Easy Tech Broly potentially getting caught turn 1, 2, or 3, which it can happen. The team is not really going down. So it's like, I think Janemba's going to be a huge addition to the team. If you get a rotation where him and Cell Max are linked up and they got big bad bosses and shit like that, like, they're going to be crazy. I think Janemba should be very good. Janemba and Gogeta should both be top characters. So that's going to come out, again, I think it's tonight, but I guess I need to see, like, exactly what time. Because the time they're giving us PST, it's so stupid. Like, they choose the time zone right around when it's, like, for everywhere else, it would be, like, the second. But then PST, it's the first. I hate that they use PST. So there's that. Then we have the Dokkan Fest, which, again, okay, so this says the second PST, right? So I'm gonna assume that's that 4 a.m. time that's releasing. So that's gonna come out on Wednesday, is what I'm gonna assume. Right, because typically when it would be a date for global, you know, the release time would be that, you know, it's like if you're in Eastern time zone, it's the second, but in like the, you know, PST would be like the first or something like that. But I'm going to assume that it's going to drop at the 4 a.m. Eastern time, which would, you know, be the second along with all the rest of the world. I'm going to assume. Maybe not. Maybe global gets stuff an hour and a half before JP. I would be, oh my God, that'd be so stupid. They didn't actually sync the games. They actually put global an hour and a half into the future. Dude, could you imagine? That would be hilarious. It's something about it would be funny. I would be pissed, and I complain about it a lot, but there is something about that actually would be very funny. They did not catch global up. They actually put global into the future. I love that. Yeah, I say that I love that, but that would suck. And then, of course, we have Vegeta, who's going to be dropping. Now, Vegeta, I'm already seeing he's developing a heavy negative reputation. I think a problem, though, is just that, like, people just don't understand, like, the different classes of characters, right? So, like, I am not a fan of how Broly is at all. Right? And, like, it, you know, like, a lot of times I talk about him and it's very negative and people get, like, their panties twisted in a bunch. Oh, boo-hoo. He's a Dokkan Fest LR, right? Like, a big, like, headliner Dokkan Fest LR. We're comparing him to Beast and the best units in the game, right? Like, that's the level he's on. And the restrictions they gave him are just, it's just very shitty, right? And it just creates an issue where he can't really do his job effectively as a Dokkan Fest LR off of his own team. Dokkan Fest LRs should not be restricted to one goddamn team. It's absurd, right? Now, Vegeta. I think Vegeta is going to be pretty good. But if you're going to compare Vegeta 1-to-1 to, I don't know, this guy, guess who's better? No shit. Tech Broly is going to shit on him. Because Tech Broly is a top 5 level character, right? Like, he's on that Dokkan Fest LR, Carnival LR, like, type territory. These TURs, I mean, Dokkan really has opened up, like a gap. I mean, it now is not super common for these LRs to just be intermingled with TURs in, like, the top 10 or something like that. Like, yeah, we could, 2 years ago, Pat the Power Kid Goku was, sure. But that was 2 years ago, 2 years ago, right? Or it's like earlier at the start of the year when we're close, like, you know, the meta is kind of like formulating where we get the huge power creep, 9th anniversary characters come out, and like Tech Vegeta was super good, like definitely like a top 10 character in the game, probably overall. But like now, I mean, even if this Vegeta, even if I end up liking him as the best TUR, I mean, he's not going to compare that favorably to the best LRs in the game. It's just not. I mean, going into whatever this TUR was going to be, expected that. Because what I'm doing, I think what a lot of people do, and this is why they could get very upset about a lot of different characters, right? Is people won't compare, like, a character type to a character type, but they'll compare, this Vegeta to, these guys. Which, like, again, obviously Vegeta does not even make it on here. Vegeta's not better than Broly. Vegeta's not better than Jiren, who are, presumably about to fall off here with Janemba and Tech Gogeta being added to it. Because I think both Janemba and Tech Gogeta are in this row. It's like, who we're comparing Vegeta to is these characters. Now, I mean, I got bad news for you guys. No one on here is like, oh my god, great. Tech Vegeta's good, but, I mean, you guys, you get the Goku and Frieza fight out, you get the Bulma fight out, or even, against Cell Max or Blue Kaioken and Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta. He's not perfect. Tech Vegeta can do stuff. Fat Buu could do stuff. Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku could do stuff. Toppo could do stuff. But these characters are not in line with these crazy busted LRs. They're just not. So Vegeta, I think, falling in somewhere in this range, top 3, I do think that this EGL Vegeta works good. It is... I understand that this is Super Saiyan Vegeta, but goddamn, like, we're really... Imagine if Tech Vegeta returns on this banner, like, literally the 2 best characters on the banner will be base Vegeta. Like, it's so weird. It's so odd. Right. Okay. And then here's what I wanted to get to for last thing. So again, that comes out on the second PST. We'll see if that's going to be the second East as well, or if it's going to be the third East, right? Like, on the day. We'll see. I guess maybe, I don't know. I wanted to put this video up, but we'll have a much clearer understanding after the maintenance tonight, right? For sure. Last thing I want to talk about is this. So here's a big reason I wanted to make this video. Let me just show, I mean, my adventures on Twitter. I love Twitter, and I love interacting with people on Twitter. But, like, I saw Toon Rami talk about a potential Part 2 LR. Here, let me just pull this up. The whole thing. Okay. So, Toon Rami talking about a potential Part 2 LR, which typically, this celebration does have a Part 2 LR. 2 years ago, it didn't. It was Path to Power Kid Goku, and then the Gammas. The Gammas were a Dokkan Fest that dropped, instead of the Part 2 LR banner. So, what I'm saying is, I think that there's a chance here that we could be getting, like, a Daima Dokkan Fest instead. And, I'm not just making shit up. We've got the Daima panel. Again, we have a panel right here. So, on October 6th, so this is, again, not that far away, we're going to get the first episode screening. We're going to some Spark and Zero stuff, Super Divers stuff. But Dokkan and Legends they've got a panel there, man. So, I mean, I'm telling y'all, I'm not going to be shocked when we get the Dokkan Fest, the Daima Dokkan Fest announcement, and we get the Legends Limited Legendary Finish Daima character announcement on the 6th. I think so. We could see the character potentially drop on the 11th when the first episode shows up. So, I really think that we have a really good shot of that, right? So, let me know what you guys think. What are we getting for Daima? Are we going to have a Dokkan Fest? Some people have said, like, they'll just do, like, a free-to-play, like, character or, like, an event or something like that. I mean, the comparison I had made to me was the Broly movie, where there was a story event that dropped first with free-to-play characters. But the thing about that is, it was a story event dropped first with free-to-play characters 1 week before the Broly and Gogeta Dual Dokkan Fest. So, even if it is just, like that precedent would tell us that, that would be, again, on, like, the 6th, then on, like, the 11th, we could get the Dokkan Fest. Or, the Dokkan Fest somewhere in here. Maybe Daima will be the Halloween Dokkan Fest. But I think Daima is probably going to be coming up quick. The one last thing for global players. Typically, you know, Global usually has like their thank you celebration in like kind of like the November, December kind of period, which is kind of like a major celebration. Usually JP is a bit quieter at the end of the year, right? Like the October, November, start of December usually is not super hype filled. This year is going to be an exception though with Daima, and then Sparking Zero, we also could get some sort of mini collab or something like that with that as well. I would not be shocked. So we got a lot coming up over the next week. We just exited a major celebration, and we got, you know, two of the best EZAs ever. We have a new Dokkan Fest. He's at least a top 3 TUR. And then, of course, we have the possibility that we're going to be seeing Daima as well. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.